Okay, so I will kind of walk you through this site concept. I'll kind of start from north to south first. So the first thing you see, so I'll just kind of give you an orientation here. So River Drive is around here. So the Figge Art Museum, Sky Bridge is right there. So Main Street, you can see Dillon Fountain that's here. So the first thing that we do that was important to us because of the upcoming or the proposed upcoming rail merger was to ensure safety, rail safety. So that is in two factors as part of this grant. The first part is a pedestrian bridge up and over the rail. There will still be at-grade crossings for people to cross, but in case there is train traffic there, then people will feel comfortable waiting on the train traffic, or there's an actual physical train there that they have a way up and over that. So what we've proposed here is to start at grade at Dillon Fountain, work your way up to basically you get here on the Brady Street side. From that particular angle, you'll have a set of grand staircases that kind of build you up. So you have the ADA access available on Main Street. And it's a sloped lawn as you kind of work your way from Main to Brady. But then eventually you come up and over, and then you walk this way to an observation platform that's directly over the rail. From that way, you're going to be 24 feet up to ensure minimum standards for crossing rail. So 23 feet is the minimum standard. But that way, it gives you fantastic views of, quite frankly, 360 degrees. You can look back into the downtown. You can look to the northwest at the Figge Art Museum, and we have a fantastic signature project as part of this application, as part of this, especially at night when it's lit up. You can look into the baseball stadium in LeClaire Park, or you can look into what we're proposing here. From there, as you kind of cross the tracks vertically, you can enter into I guess you could say, a portion of Main Street Landing through a set of stairs, or you can continue on the pedestrian bridge in those two access points. One is here, as you can kind of see, this is an elevated landscape berm that you can walk into and then access this way, or you can go into the heart of the park itself and get dropped off here. When it comes to south of the railroad tracks, we're looking at some improved access points from LeClaire Park to Main Street Landing, so you kind of see some improvements happening here. We're proposing like a pedestrian bridge over the landing itself as we connect the two promenades of both Main Street Landing and LeClaire Park. One of the things you can kind of see though is at the heart of it is the activity zone and I think we call it adventure play and experience zone. So it's kind of in this heart of the park itself. So you will see this right here is as if it was a 10,000 foot view from the summer, but there's an ice skating ribbon that's right here that'll be available in the winter or during the summer months. It can be used for regular skating. We'll have an interactive water feature right here. The area in between is going to be a plaza. So you kind of have berms, landscape berms throughout this entire park. If you come from Brady Street and access it at grade over the rail, it is when you come in this way, it's like you walk into the park, and that's when you start seeing all of the really cool things that we're looking to construct. This portion of the park is the intense multi-generational, multi-storied activity zone. So this is where you're going to see, 3-4 story tall, unique structures that are going to be custom built that kids of all ages can play on. And then you'll have other activity elements as well within this space. One thing that's kind of cool, I will kind of show is this kind of orange thing that kind of wraps around. That's a ribbon that you can walk on that is separate from the bike path. So the riverfront trail, naturally you see, is maintained right here, so it's separate from this from this orange ribbon. But then that will change in elevation, so it goes up really high, then comes back down. Throughout this point, it kind of swoops back around. We'll have some unique swings that are attached to those things. They're about 10 feet in the air, so you can kind of see. It kind of gives you unique perspective and kind of a cool area. And then kind of east of this is you'll see the more passive nature of the park, and we say that because a lot of what we've heard back from the public is they do enjoy those more natural areas, and especially as you get close to the roller dams, especially near the amphitheater that's located here that's already existing, is we're going to kind of elevate that, make that even more of a pronounced feature. because really what's there is its proximity to the largest roller dam, in the world, and that you can kind of feel the power and sound of the Mississippi River as it's right there. So it's a really unique element that, as far as I am aware, we're the only ones that have something like that. So we really want to call that out. So you can kind of see there's a little bit of something for everyone in this park, whether you want something super active, super immersive, or you're looking for something a little bit more natural in feeling. We believe that this portion of Main Street Landing will get you that. Another safety component that we've installed, well, 2 additional safety components. Once again, going back to that proposed rail merger, which may increase train traffic if it's approved. There are quiet zones. So installation as part of the project. Quiet zones are essentially upgrades to all of these at-grade crossings to ensure that when train traffic is looking to come through, that the oncoming train is aware of what's going on in the area, and they probably don't have to blow their horn all the time. So to kind of keep down on that noise variable. Another element too is those landscaping berms. So you can kind of see, it's kind of hard in this concept, but these are elevated landscaping berms. So the intense area where we believe will congregate most of the people, you'll actually have physical protection between yourselves and the rail traffic. That's a key component for us as well. So in the end, we feel like this does. Here's another potential or another part of the project is you can see the sky bridge. So we do have some lighting, as everyone's aware, but one of the things we want to do is we want to update that technology and to ensure that it's not just 1 or 2 colors, but it can match with existing technology and be able to light up in a multitude of patterns and waves, and that is programmable. That actually dovetails really nicely to a partner in our project, which is the Figgy, which I know you've gotten information about. So I'll switch a little bit. So what you see here is the nighttime version of what the park is going to be. So you see the Figgy has their partner project with us, where they're going to have this absolutely amazing lighting display from a world-renowned artist. And then you can see we have our sky bridge lit up, and the park itself is going to have a tremendous amount of light. One of the things I would touch on is that ribbon is going to be lit up at night itself. So it's so this park is some little something for everyone. You have fun play activities for all ages, and not just kids, but you also have artistic elements as well that we think is really interesting, and we think that both the state, as we're going for this application, is really looking for, as well as our residents and visitors that we're attracting to the area.